Alright, so here we go. We are ready with this. So, let's introduce our teams. On the Roz side, we've got Hemi playing the Luna. Polaki will be played by Lion. Will be playing the Lion. That's Joka on the Tiny. Axe will be handled by Hutman. And then finally, our Elder Titan, the big guy with the staple gun, is going to be Tsuki. Here for Valkyrie eSports then, it's going to be a German player on the Darkseer. Swardar will be handled by 9. We've got a Luftkunke, means air in German. Blazemon will be on the Templar Assassin hiding behind a tree right there. And finally, a Silencer.
30 seconds.
He's started with the Null Talisman and has 2 tangos, so that probably means that he's going to be a support. It's going to be played by Prince. And I had the opportunity of viewing Dota 2 in VR, and let me tell you, that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, you can see how tall these heroes are sometimes. It looks so... I wouldn't say that it's absolutely, like, mind-blowing in VR, but it is actually very good. So, Blazemon... Ooh, this is interesting. So he picks up the rune and TPs over to the tier 2 in the mid lane. You do not generally see that from a TA, but he's able to get a good block on it. He's very adept on his timings, so he doesn't need a support there or anything. Just gets a very good block all by his lonesome here on mid and gets the lane equilibrium on his side. A very early advantage in the mid lane.
Oh no.
So she's just going to sit here, getting some good denies and last hits. Meanwhile, over at top lane, German player gets stunned up by the line, puts an Ion Shell hat on himself, and he'll be doing a little bit of harass damage there. It's a Luna and Lion up against German player. Over at bottom, Prince is harassing Hutman out, and you can see how much of a potential this Silencer has in the harass situations. He just keeps throwing out those glaives, and he doesn't have to take harass or anything. He doesn't have to take the creep aggro. He just throws him out and does a lot of damage to the Axe, who is forced into a salve early. Mid lane, Joka taking some damage from the TA, who, Tiny's going to pop the healing salve. So right now, Roz are forced into some very early regen situations. Tiny gets hit by the Torrent as the Kunkka was just throwing that from inside the trees. Tsuki throws out the Spirit, so he's hitting for 62 right now, forcing the Kunkka back. Kunkka still has a Torrent. Over at bottom, we've got a sprint forward going for Hutman, and maybe they try to get the kill here. Maybe he gets a block or two, but this Axe is a little bit tanky, and I believe he has gotten away here. He'll go into the trees and has managed to stay alive. So just some more harass damage. He's down to 3 tangos. He's gonna find it pretty difficult to stay alive here on the bottom lane. Oh, Tiny being a little bit annoying with those hits. TA gets another deny. Misses the last hit there, misses uphill. But still doing some good damage to the Tiny. And at top, German players just working with the Ion Shells pretty well. Making sure that it goes on to most of the creeps and pushing the lane out quite a bit. Axe is forced into the jungle now. Putting the Battle Hunger on the creeps. Just wants to get a little bit of farm here since it's very difficult to find it in the off lane right now. TA has gone a little bit deep here, has the refraction up right now, and might be trying to turn it around onto Elder Titan, but she's going to be running out of those refraction charges pretty soon. Just salves up here again, and is going to have the bottle delivered to her in just a few moments, so she will be fine in the health situation as well as the mana. So she'll just use up all the charges, send the courier on its merry way, and let it be at that. Okay. Yeah, Kunkka just being a little bit efficient there. Blazemon gets a creep thrown at him, but it does no damage still with the refraction. Lion forced to use a stun on the German player, which might mean that he's able to go for a surge. Unfortunately, Ion Shell is still level 2, so the German player is going to have to go pretty deep for it, and he's going to get a Lucent Beam for his efforts. At least he tried, right? Other Titan is here to... Did he miss that? I think they missed the bottle pass there. It's a little bit unfortunate. That's an efficiency thing that Roz would definitely like to do right now, and I don't think they got the full bottle charge off of that. It's unfortunate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
A regen rune for the Silencer, meaning that he's going to be able to output even more harass on bottom. But there's not really anyone going there. He's just able to possibly move out some creeps. A couple heroes very low on the map. Holoki's just sitting here. 50 health. Regenning very slowly. Axe is a little bit low, but he's getting back right now. Ooh. Lion gets killed by a neutral creep. Not sure if that shared anything. No, it just denied gold from the enemy. Possibly could have hit if there was a good torrent from Kunkka, but the Kunkka torrent was a little bit late. And, well, Hami. He sees Luft in the middle of all these creeps, and there's going to be the double Iron Shell. Lion is here. With that short respawn time, they take care of the creeps very quickly. And Luft is trying to back up. Loki might have caught him out, gets the Earth Spike, and there's going to be a nice torrent on Hemi, done by Luft. But I think the Kunkka's just dead. A few more hits, but he's denied himself. This creep camp is just being absolutely ridiculous. And meanwhile, on the bottom lane, it's a first blood by 2. Tiny is able to get 1 kill. He needs some mana, and he's losing a ton of it. I think he's got the kill on Silencer, though. The Axe manages to get it with the Battle Hunger, and that's 2 on the bottom lane. A couple of kills could have happened elsewhere, but this time it was just the Tiny roaming around to find the double. So Valkyrie eSports give up 2 early kills, but they are at the top of the last hits with Slardar and Templar Assassin, so the death on the Slardar does hurt a little bit, but at least he's still up there in CS. They'll just keep throwing the Spirit out on the mid lane. Joka trying to get some good harass down. Oh, double deny, and there's actually going to be a torrent there, but a nice stomp on Blazemon holds him in place. Now Joka, he's trying to back away. He's got the X on him. TA doesn't really want to commit too much. There's going to be a nice slow, but unfortunately the staple gun was a bit too much for the Kunkka to handle. Now Hutman trying to chase down Blazemon, but he doesn't really have the means to be able to do so, and TA is just happy to keep hitting some creeps on the mid lane, since that's really what she wants to do, get some early farm. But it is another kill going the way of our Czech squad, who have a nice team fighting lineup. So all these kills early definitely is a great thing for them. They can pick up these early kills and turn that into a strong team fight, which their team kind of already has. Well, X is going to be there on the Tiny. Tiny brought back into it. Well, he throws out the stun, and I think they might keep trying to... No, they don't keep trying to catch it because TA is down to no refraction shield, and she doesn't have another one for 10 seconds. So she can't really go for that. I think we are just about ready to go once again, though. I guess one team isn't really ready. I feel like I should turn my FPX down to 60. There were some weird things going on with my program yesterday that kind of screwed around with my settings, but I think I'll just have to deal with it for this match. In any case, Tiny moves away from bottom. Got an amplified damage on Hutman. Ooh, if the axe had continued to move forward there, the Sparta could have gone for crushing. And indeed, now he does. He's going to force out a TP or two. He's going to get an axe call, and the stomp should be on the mark. Prince is actually not going to get held in here. Nice amplified damage again by the Sparta, but the silencer I think is going to be abandoned at bottom. Just left in the trees to die, but he actually manages to save himself. So Slardar not really caring what happens to him, but Silencer had other ideas and gets himself away with some ingenuity.
A soldier's fortune.
Nice haste rune for Kunkka, helps him to get around here. There's going to be a smoke. And
Radiant's
it wasn't
middle
really
tower
noticed
is
at
under
all by the
attack.
Radiant squad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tiny might have to be a little bit careful, but right now the Radiant squad, they are looking for the bigger kill. They want the Luna. Darkseer's just kind of sitting here. He's got some help. He wants to like take the creeps over. And well, there's going to be help for the Luna as well. Hutman coming up. He's got his smoke, and well, it's going to be a man fight.
Dire's top tower.
Hammy's going to get some nice positioning, and Luft is taking a lot of damage from these creeps hitting, but unfortunately the Culling Blade is going to miss, and now is Hutman going to be able to make it away? Rocky, ooh, Polaki just kind of warding off the silencer so the axe is able to TP away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And no one dives over at top. That was a little bit of a miss there. TA is getting some nice stacks of the Ancients. Getting those up there so it's easier for her to farm it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So she's doing pretty well
Dire's
here.
structures are fortified.
Tiny is trying to keep up, but she's at 61. She's like doubling up his last hits right now. There's going to be a TP over the top. Darkseer again beneath the tower, creating a lot of space for his team, and I think the tower might be denied here by the Luna.
Dire's top tower
She does
has
get
been
it,
denied.
and well, 9 is
Dire's
thinking
middle
about
tower
going for the
is under
crush, but
attack.
not quite finding the opportunity onto Tsuki. So maybe the Valkyrie squad are able to get a tower pretty soon, but it's being a little bit difficult for them just because of all the physical strength and early magic damage that Roz have. Yeah, Tiny's just hanging around in the mid lane though. Sometimes you don't really need CS in order to do well, and he does have a ton of magic damage early. He went for a 2-4 build, so full levels in to grow first. It's good for pushing some towers down, also good for positioning. And he pops the Invis rune, goes over towards bottom, where he could find the Slardar, but Slardar has kind of evacuated the scene and gone into the trees, getting very close to his Blink Dagger, which possibly a tower in the mid lane might give him the gold for.
Dire's
And he's
middle
actually going to
tower
make his
is
way
under
over to
attack.
mid. And smoke has popped. I think you might have seen it. Oh, Prince gets his smoke popped by the, well, taken off by the Tiny. And that was a very timely Invis rune, making sure that the Tiny had a timely Tiny Invis rune. Makes a lot of sense. Making sure that he had some advanced knowledge of this. Interesting matchup. I didn't really comment about it before at all, but the TA versus Tiny is a little bit interesting since all those little avalanche rocks take charges off for faction. Oh my god, I think the Elder Titan may have been AFK, but he's looking for the stomp right now, but it's not going to matter because both the vacuum and the crush bring him back into it, and we might be seeing a bottom tier 1 tower going the way of Valkyrie as the Elder Titan. Usually he's the one who puts people to sleep, but he was in fact the one sleeping here on the bottom lane.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So the
Radiant's
bottom
top
tower gets
is
taken by
under
the
attack.
Radiant. They get their first tower of the game that was not denied. And TA has managed to farm up some Ancients as well. Just taking those out and going for a rune. Has a Blink Dagger up right now. And does Tiny go over there? He's not got a Blink Dagger or anything, and TA might decide to go for this. She's actually going to go on the high ground. Lion is here. Evelyn is going to come back, and well, Lion, instead of getting the disable onto TA, which he will later with the Earth Spike, he just puts it onto the starter who had just blinked in. X into boat for the Tiny. The Torrent is going to be off the mark, and well, Kunk is just going to TP away. He's going to bow as he goes, and Avalanche misses from the Tiny. More mana that he basically wastes there. Oh, here comes the Outer Titan looking for a stomp, but it's not going to matter because he's thrown right into a crush from Slardar. I mean, they really want to work with that combo, but Stomp is not the kind of spell that happens right away. So it gives the Slardar a perfect opportunity to get a crush in. He's been very strong with those when he can be. It was a good hex the last time he came in, but you know, this Slardar's been pretty on his game, looking for the initiations correctly at the right time. On the net worth and the items, TA is at the top. Currently on a Blink Dagger, getting some more of these Ancients here. And Kunk is just moving up, almost looking for the Luna. Maybe he would be able to catch her out, but he didn't quite have the vision there. And he wasn't even thinking about placing a ward there either, because he doesn't have any. Axe hits the call onto Luff. There's going to be everything dropped down onto him, and Valkyrie, they decide, you know what, if we're just going to lose a Kunkka there, it's not really the worst thing. But they still have to worry about the Templar Assassin playing forward crush, and Poloki is completely dead at this point. Meld Strike finishes him off. And the Templar Assassin again gets another kill. She's sitting at 1-0-1 right now. So that's her first kill of the game, but she should have another big item fairly soon at the top of the net worth. And if we look at the big picture there, net worth is about 5,000 in favor of Valkyrie. And Kunkka is just running up here without a care in the world. Wants to try to find some more kills. And Stomp is going to get used, leaving the creeps there a little bit.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they're running in here. They're being very aggressive. There's just a Spirit running up in the mid lane. And while the tier 1 tower gets taken, Kunkka is on the other side looking for someone to try to pick off, but he's just not able to find it right now, and Tiny is able to evade the Torrent. So Valkyrie eSports, they're kind of at a loss right now, but now they find their goal. They can go for Roshan, and should be able to do some good damage to him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm getting a little bit scared right now. I mean, even with all their minus armor, they should be able to do quite a bit to Roshan, and indeed they will be able to take it down right now. It seemed a little bit scary for them for a moment, though, when they see heroes around like that. Roshan gets taken down. Blazemon, he's got the double damage rune, able to blink away from the Spirit, maximizing his time on that. And maybe they kill the Axe here. They do have, I think they might have had a little bit of vision of him there, but they just hold off on it for a second and go over back towards mid. Blazemon just moves forward. He should be fine. He's got an Aegis, he's got the rest of his team, and he's also got 3,400 gold in the bank. A very rich Templar Assassin, as we're only 16 minutes in the game, and this is kind of the name of the game for Valkyrie. They're very efficient. They're being very good on the map. Blazemon just blinks away from the Spirit, having not had the Blink Dagger disabled. And while this is happening, there are a couple of heroes top wanting to get the tower, and they do. We'll just knock that down, but a tier 2 tower, a little bit better than a tier 1. And I feel like Valkyrie might be able to do a little bit more here. Blazemon just again blinks away from the Outer Titan Spirit, and they've taken a tier 2 tower. So they keep the Aegis, they keep their lives, and they also take a little bit away from the enemy team. Now they're going to try to TP back over towards bottom. Hutman is here with a Blink Dagger. And, well, Slardar might not be able to find him, or he might. Just finds him inside the trees, catches a little bit of a glimpse right there, and, well, Axe is dead with the Darkseer Ion Shell doing enough damage to actually kill him there. And push still continues top, but this Luna only at a Dragon Lance right now and 1,400 gold. Life is very difficult for her against the huge farm of Valkyrie eSports. Now we move forward in the bottom lane as Slaughter just disconnects. So an automatic pause right there. We should be back into the game kind of soon. But these Valkyrie heroes are just relentless, pushing this in. They still have an Aegis. They have a ton of time left on it. And many of their heroes haven't really taken too many deaths at all. They actually have 4 deaths on the Kunkka. A couple of those are denies to the neutrals, but Darkseer and Templar Assassin still have yet to go down. And we're already seeing a push onto the tier 2 tower, taking care of it so quickly with the Desolator that was picked up by Blazemon. They go in on the tier 2 tower. I mean, they could possibly lose the one top, but Luna definitely doesn't do nearly enough damage compared to the Templar Assassin. And I don't even know if Valkyrie eSports are going to back up here at all. The Spirit's going to come through, and Blazemon manages to avoid it once again. So we have a tier 2 for a tier 2. Is this actually going to come down to a base race? Because this is one that Roz are definitely not going to win. And Valkyrie, they're here in full force, trying to go for the tower right now. Stomp comes through. It only hits on the 9. He was taking a little bit of damage there, but it is going to stop. And, well, Blazemon, he's just kind of sitting here. What was that? Axe blinks forward, gets the call on the Hutman, but now they might be trying to get him down. Blazemon has to get away from the stomp, and he will. Wall gets put down. Axe is dead. Templar Assassin has killed the Elder Titan. And, well, Raz at this point, they're doing everything they can to try to get away, but I don't know if it's going to be nearly enough. 9 just blinks right on the Paloki. 2 hits are enough to take him down. Tiny goes forward with the X, and it's going to get slowed down as he tries to back away. The torrent is going to be there. But Valkyrie eSports, we're 19 minutes into this game, and it just seems like this is a train that has been derailed, and there is no stopping it on the way to the Dire base. And they have so much sustain here as well with the Kunkka X. They just TP back to the base. This Slardar has basically all of his health back now and is able to continue with this push. Luna is over to the side, surged in. There's going to be the crush onto Luna. Getting hit a little bit with the Evolution. TA just waits for it a little bit and then goes in. Blazemon gets the refraction off. The finger is enough to finish off the Slardar, and actually comes in with a nice call on the Darkseer. Throws him up in the air and will be able to get the kill there. Now Blazemon, he still has the Aegis. And, well, they're going to see if they can get him down. The Stomp is going to be on the mark this time, thrown up in the air. That's going to be the first life for the TA. Let's see if she's able to find anything else. There's going to be a Blink Dagger when she gets back up, and she is able to blink away. The Eclipse is there, and it's going to completely miss. They're all slowed down thanks to the TA trap, and this TA will be getting a little bit more help. Look at the damage onto the Tiny. The nice call is going to keep him there for a little bit more, but the boat is coming through, and the Rum should keep Templar Assassin alive. Nice torrent onto 2, keeping them up in the air. The Silencer trying to do some good damage, doing some more onto the Axe. Might be giving up his life for the TA, who is inside the trees right now. Silencer is dead. Oh, can he assassinate from the trees? He's just stuck there for now. 1 second left on the Blink Dagger, and he's going to have to... Oh, he goes forward, being very aggressive on the Luna. Gets a triple kill. And Blazemon, well, he has to back up. Call from Axe, and I think this might be the curtain call for the Templar Assassin. She dies. They have not taken down the Rax, and that's a lot of kills for Roz to be getting here at a very early part in the game where Valkyrie eSports, they should be pretty far ahead and giving away a lot of gold for those kills. Just look at that. 788 over to the Lion after that. Maybe not the best hero to be putting the gold on if you're Roz, but it does help him a little bit and puts him a little bit closer to a Blink Dagger, which at this point in the game would definitely help him initiate some of these fights better. In any case, Slardar just trying to back up, is able to get a blink off before the toss comes through and might get a crush down. Joka could be in a ton of trouble. Silencer ultimate is going to come through, and Jot, he tries to become invisible, but that does not help you when you have Thunderclouds over your head. And Slardar is able to get another kill there. Templar Assassin making her way back towards the fight. She will be TPing forward down to the tier 1 tower, trying to get to the base as quick as possible with the rest of her team. Tiny down for 30. They have a little bit of a window here, but it isn't too much, and it's really not something that you should assume that you have either. Smoke going to be into the base. Oh, if they can kill the Axe here, that would be huge. You're going to get a crush, and Elder Titan, he's going to get a stomp off. and he wasn't silenced or anything, keeping a hero there. Suki is down, so is the Axe, and the Gem of the True Sight is going to be the collateral there. They even send out the Courier, and the Courier does have to be careful. Slarder going in the trees, trying to find it, but they really just want to concentrate on the Rax right now, taking it down very quickly with the Desolator damage and minus armor. Maybe they also jump on the Luna if she steps into the right place. Stepping up right now. Nine thinking about going in. Tiny just decides to blink in, and there's not going to be a crush just yet for the Sparta. German player should be down, but Luna's been put up into the air with the Tauren. Another throw. Nine not able to get away, and Luna has managed to stay alive, but Templar Assassin is coming in right now, and Hutman, he's very low. He managed to get the blink off, so only the Tiny and Lion have gone down so far. Elder Titan respawns, but they should have taken the Rax, and Suki nearly dead. Blazemon just stepping forward, gets hit by the Axe Call, and luckily the Blade Mail doesn't really do too much against the TA, but it does take the charges away from her. Pops the BKB, going right for Hemi. And can the Templar Assassin manage to do this? Call hits, goes through BKB. There's also going to be the Earth Splitter, and Hutman is going to, well, stay alive for a little bit longer. He's managing to heal up inside the base, and they don't have any vision there. The Melee Rax has gotten killed finally. I don't really know what the Valkyrie team are thinking. They're going very deep here. Avalanche hits Kunkka, thrown up in the air, and has died. Now Tiny goes forward with the Shadow Blade, and Prince is getting caught out inside the trees. It's going to be another death that Valkyrie feed over that wasn't really necessary at all. So they're giving up quite a bit of gold right now. I guess it's tactical feeding, I guess. They don't really want to give or have too much of an advantage. And again, Joka gets found out by the Sparta, thrown a very short distance away, backing back into the wall. Is Tiny going to be able to get out? He's got the MFI damage, and the range creep manages to kill him. Hutman gets a Cole onto the Slardar and manages to kill him, but Blazemon, he's just moving forward right now. He gets hit by a Lucent Beam, slowed down by the Battle Hunger. He is going to find it very difficult to move in right now, and in fact, the rest of the Dire squad have made it back into the base. So Valkyrie continue to give up so much, but they are at least still getting some kills on Roz. They took the Melee Rax bottom. They're still arranged. They still have to break the tier 3 at mid. And, well, TA hasn't been item progressing as well as she might have with the start that she had. 8 and 1 for her. She's going to get an X so she can be brought back out at the moment's notice. Going to put some damage onto the tier 3 tower and just gets X back, keeping him very safe. It's some free damage on the tower. Basically, it means that Valkyrie, they have a ton of chances to do damage to the base, and Roz, they can't really commit too much onto a hero that's going for it if they've been X'd back. Blazemon just gets X in again. Some more free damage on the tower. And what is this? Axe goes in. He gets the call, but there's going to be a double crush by the Slaughter. Prince has been absolutely annihilated, so that's going to be no ultimate for this fight, but it's going to be a nice vacuum into wall. Hutman taking so much damage, uses the call, trying to get away from this one. Blazemon chasing down the Ghost Scepter target, but he's just going to lose interest easily and go towards the Axe. Oh, Meld Strike kills Tiny, and he's the only one right now with buyback. Templar Assassin still just ripping through these creeps. Tier 3 tower in a lot of danger. Kunkka X's a hero back to base. And Slardar again going forward. Does get hit by the sleep. Is it going to be enough damage? He needs to have a Lucent Beam for it. He might try to... Oh, he gets the Armor Toggles, and Hemi in so much trouble. Tiny trying to join the fight. Avalanche and a toss kills the Kunkka, but he gets vacuumed into the wall, and Templar Assassin has killed Luna. Nice double stun for the Lion, trying to kill the Slardar, and finally he will. You can't arm with toggle when you're stunned like that. And oh, the Lion decides that, you know what, if I'm going to die, I may as well take someone with me. So he takes a kill. And oh, Blazemon, unfortunately, the sleep doesn't really let you take damage when you're inside the tower, and Blazemon uses the Diffuser Blade, and GG has been called. Roz are just going to call it right now because Valkyrie were so far ahead and had penetrated so far into the base. So in about 26-27 minutes, Valkyrie eSports managed to take another victory here in the ESL Major League European Qualifier. Looking very good in the qualifier so far. Should have a very high placement. And they've been looking pretty good. So that's going to do it for the one game that we have today. I have a couple more things to do today. in terms of real life stuff. So I'm going to have to call it there. Thank you all for watching. And, well, if you tie your shoes, you might not trip. Some words of wisdom for the day. Thanks for watching, guys.